President Bola Tinubu has directed the immediate settlement of 342 million naira as an outstanding electricity bill due to the Abuja Electricity Distribution Company. The president's directive follows the reconciliation of accounts between the State House management and AEDC. According to a statement signed by President Bola Tinubu's Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononuga, the presidency declared contrary to the AEDC or DC's initial claim of 923 million naira debt in paid advertorial in newspapers. The State House outstanding bill is 342 naira or 342 million naira. Mr. Ononuga also said that the Chief of Staff to the President, Femi Gbajabiamila, has given assurance that the debt will be paid to AEDC before the end of this week. Recall that on Monday, the AEDC said it will disconnect electricity in the presidential villa and 86 federal government ministries, departments, and agencies over 47.20 billion naira of standing debt as of December 2023. Now, having reconciled the position to the satisfaction of both parties, the President Chief of Staff urged other MDAs to reconcile their accounts with AEDC and pay their electricity bills accordingly. And now data released by the Central Bank of Nigeria show that the amount of currency outside banks at the end of January 2024 stood at 3.28 trillion naira, constituting 89% of the 3.65 trillion naira total currency in circulation. The latest data is an improvement of the ratio of currency outside banks compared to currency in circulation, which was 94% in December 2023, which was a staggering 3.43 trillion naira currency outside banks from 3.65 trillion naira total currency in circulation. However, a year-on-year comparison between January 2023 and January 2024 show that current outside banks recorded an astonishing 314% increase from 79 billion naira in 2023 to 3.28 trillion naira in 2024. Also, looking at the same year in review, year-on-year for currency in circulation showed an increase of 163% from January 2023, which records 1.38 trillion naira, while January 2024 recorded 3.65 trillion naira. A detailed breakdown of the trends in 2023 illustrates fluctuations in both currency in circulation and currency held outside banks. And now we shift focus to the sharing news that the Nigerian Association of Road Transport Owners, NATO, has called off its two-day suspension of operations with respect to the lifting of petroleum products by the oil transporters. NATO confirmed this in Abuja on Tuesday evening after the intervention of the federal government through the Minister of State of Petroleum Resources, Ikeja Lokpobiri. Addressing journalists after the closed-down meeting, the minister and the president of the association, Yusuf Othman, disclosed that stakeholders in the downstream oil sector had reached an agreement to increase the freight rate of petroleum transporters and to gradually settle all the concerns raised by the tanker operators. The meeting among parties had been ongoing since Monday, as participants could not reach an agreement on Monday and had to continue on Tuesday before resolving to meet some of the demands of NATO. Recall that on Friday, iBrandTV reported that Nigeria might witness another round of fuel scarcity as NATO had vowed to stop lifting petroleum products beginning from Monday due to the high cost of operation. The two-day suspension of operations by NATO led to few queues by motorists in many states and the Federal Capital Territory on Monday and Tuesday. And the Nigerian Employers Consultative Association, NECA, has urged the government to address the current high unemployment rate in the country. NECA in a statement noted that the National Bureau of Statistics reported a rise in unemployment rate to 5% in the third quarter of 2023 from 4.2% in the second quarter of the year. NECA has reported that based on the analysis carried out by KPMG using the old methodology, the projected unemployment rate for 2023 is estimated to reach 40.6%, which is 2.9 percentage point increase from 37.7% recorded in 2022. And according According to the Director General of NECA, Mr. Adewale Smart Oyerinde, since the beginning of 2023, the government has been implementing policies that do not support the operation of the private sector, which is the highest employer in the economy. He pointed out that some of the policies that are inimical to business included the currency redesign policy of the CBN, the removal of fuel subsidy, and the floating of the foreign exchange. Others, according to Oyerinde, are the increase in various taxes, including excise duty, and most recently, upward review of the foreign exchange rate for clearing of imports by the Nigeria Customs Service, and banning of alcoholic beverages in sachet and PET bottles of less than 200 millimeter. Now, he claims those measures were dragging most private businesses to the brink of collapse. NECA boss further declared that the implication of the poor macroeconomic and business environment on employment is grave, as many businesses were downsizing as a way of cutting costs to remain afloat. Now, the Senate on Tuesday said it has resolved to probe how the 30 trillion naira ways and means loan of the Central Bank of Nigeria were obtained and spent by the administration of former President Muhammadu Buhari. Ways and means is a loan facility through which the CBN finances the government's budget shortfalls. The Senate stated that the reckless spending of the overdraft collected from the CBN under Godwin Emefiele largely accounted for the food and security crisis the country was currently facing. The Red Chamber then resolved to set up an ad hoc committee to investigate what the 33 trillion naira overdraft was spent on by the immediate past government, then noting that details of the spending were deliberately not made available to the National Assembly. The ad hoc committee, which will be constituted today, will also probe the 10 trillion naira expended on the Anchor Borrower scheme, the $2.4 billion forex transaction out of the $7 billion obligation made for that purpose, as well as other intervention programs. Now, this development, according to the lawmaker, became necessary due to the biting food crisis, rising inflation, naira depreciation, and worsening insecurity continue to take toll on Nigerians. It will recall that President Bola Tinubu and his economic team have come under intense criticism after his last year's fuel subsidy removal and exchange unification policy unleashed harsh economic conditions on citizens. The Lagos State government has announced that the Ikeja computer village is a residential area, hence the reason for the proposed relocation of the electronic gadgets village to Katangua in Abule Egba area of the state. Addressing journalists during a visit to the Electronic Gadget Center in Ikeja, Special Advisor to the Governor on EGIS and Urban Development, Dr. Olajide Babatunde, explained that the assessment was conducted by the Lagos State Building Control Agency in collaboration with law enforcement agencies and other pertinent government bodies responsible for such affairs. Babatunde said by the law, the Ikeja Computer Village is currently located in a residential area, adding that the plan to relocate the center to Abule Egba has been delayed due to certain reasons. He, however, stated the issues are being addressed already, declaring that occupants of the residential area within the computer village will soon be relocated and settled in Katangua, Abule Egba. According to Babatunde, it is incorrect to state that the market is congested, adding that no market springs up without population around the area. The special advisor further noted that the relocation was gradual and consultations with the market leaders and development of the Katangua site had already commenced.